This is how we party.
So what's the next step on with them? Because I know they'll start asking, obviously, when can we close?
I've already let Jason know that we're going to get it over to the closing department, and also his initial CD has to go out. So once he acknowledges initial CD, that's when the 3-day wait period will begin.
Sure.
If we send it out today, then he could close on Friday.
Correct, but when are they going to be willing to send it out is the only thing.
That's what I'm working on now.
Okay.
The junior underwriter, I requested that she go ahead and send it out, and she said normally this takes about 24 to 48 hours, and then I emailed Charles and said, can we do this on a rush?
Yeah. Call him. Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, to try. I liked it. I mean, it showed context of. I mean, it showed what we do every day. We're talking mortgages. That's what we talk about. But we lost a little bit of that. What was it that we're really talking about? Right. Because if you really just took that little snippet, it may not look. Well, yeah, it's not going to look as positive on us, but it was very positive because of everything we had to deal with. It was an outside broker that we're having to broker this loan to. The customer got it to us late, and Deborah stepped in and did a hell of a job getting the CD out and getting it receipted so that we can still close on time. But that little window looked a bit different. Good job, Deborah.
Thanks for coming in.
How are you? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having
Oh
me.
my God, yeah. You want
great to
something
be
to
here.
drink? Coffee, LaCroix, water? Does it matter? What, do you like a dark magic?
Medium to dark roast is fine, and I just drink it black.
And Dunkin' Donuts original blend?
That'll work.
Okay.
I'm not a coffee snob,
Okay.
but I make up for it by being a bourbon snob.
Oh, okay.
I see what you're doing there.
But you know what? You're not mic'd up.
Oh.
So is what happens.
Am I on video?
You're doing video. You're
I
on
can
video.
live with that. Hi,
Yeah.
Brandon.
You're
I can
on-
live with that. Hey, buddy.
How you doing, sir?
How are you? I'm good, man.
Yeah,
You?
good to see you. Doing wonderful. We'll grab a water right quick, and I'll be right there.
All right. Yeah, but he's pretty much like, we just use little, you know how it is, sound bites, just like,
I was telling Jennifer, this is without a doubt the coolest office I have ever been in.
Oh wow, thank you.
It's really cool, and you've been in a few, so
yeah, and
that's
it's not
compliment.
and let me ask, why is that?
The vibe is really good.
Okay.
It's welcoming. It's contemporary. It isn't the old dark clubby
Traditional.
that went out. Well, and that some people still have, but
Right,
it's
yep.
not in vogue anymore.
Right.
I mean, for people my age, maybe it is, but not
Right.
for me.
Yeah, I mean, and thank you, because that's exactly, we wanted it to, the feel that you walk in. Is it mortgage? No, well, it can't be mortgage. It looks like the technology or marketing or advertising. You know, it's kind of, that was more, obviously you see what space I live in, more of where we were mentally is we're a media company, not a mortgage company. And so that had to feel that way. And I think that when I look at what you guys go through every day and when you walk into a home, the attention that you put into, like if you're either walking with a buyer or you're the listing agent and you've staged it properly, how is that walk up going to feel like? What, you know, because that's going to sell a lot of times. It sells it in the very beginning, and that's what we wanted here.
And if the house is a piece of crap, you price it accordingly.
Right, exactly.
You tell the seller, you know, the first thing we got to get really clear is that I'm going to tell you what I think you need to hear. And I can pretty well guarantee it's not going to be what
you're wanting to hear, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what's the deal? I can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig.
Yeah, exactly.
So broker, so you're looking for, I mean, obviously we meet with agents all the time, so it's just a matter of understanding where they are. We get asked a lot of times.
All kinds of different, you know,
Sure, and,
we meet with so many people.
My outreach is going to be networking. It's going to be social media, just describing what I do.
Yeah.
And periodically, I'm going to prowl broker metrics and look for an agent that kind of fits the profile that would fit that, and just gently give them a shoulder tap.
Yeah, plant some seeds. Okay.
Put some
Well, I do
marketing-
think
put some
that-
Facebook marketing in front of them, and
I'm sorry?
put some Facebook marketing in front of them, and
probably put a few dark posts in front of them too. Just pops up.
Yep. Absolutely, absolutely. Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
you know what? We will be happy to refer you.
Well, and IU.
Yeah, okay, great.
Because, I've had mad respect for you guys since the first time I met you. I've just never been able to send your business.
Right.
Never been in that position where my whole EXP network was I only had 2 local agents. They were both
Right.
investors. Everybody else was around the country someplace.
Well, that's, for us, I mean, as you know, giving a referral to another real estate agent to give us a call is just as good as a buyer, in my opinion, if not better.
Better, yeah, because that one referral could end up being 50 buyers. So
Right.
Exactly. I've been very fond of you guys since day one.
Yeah,
I thought,
yeah.
if I'm going to be looking for partners to put in front of my clients, who do I want them to be?
Well, and I appreciate that. I mean,
I appreciate that.
we understand that, and we value people that look to us for that, because that tells us we're doing the things the right way. I mean, it is the long play. We're just going to keep doing what we do. We keep doing it at the level that we're doing it, with the type of care and the type of velocity and consistency that we do it at. And over time,
And with the quality of service.
right, and over time, people will just continue to be attracted to it. And if it's right, it's right. If it's not, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 22 years of speaking. Right? We've had to go through that. Before, early on, it wasn't always that way. It was like, well, we felt we were really great at what we did. We even performed great at what we did. So we expected something back in return, and we were always disappointed because the other person wasn't always willing to give, or they weren't willing to give at the level that we expected. And so it was always our disappointment and frustration. And we just got tired of living that way. And we just said, screw it, we don't expect anything back. And we just kept giving and giving
all
and
of a sudden,
giving.
more's coming back.
More
Boy, I
continues
like
to come
the
back.
new look.
Thank you. I don't have to get, no suits and ties.
No
And
suits and ties,
Oh, yeah,
nice
that's
haircut.
just not what,
it's not my audience. It's not my people anymore. I mean, if I have to, I mean, I have corporate clients. Bam, I can put the suit back on, the tie, and I'm ready to roll.
But it's evolving, and we realized, when Bob first started doing and figuring out the brand, and we've had no professional coaching or anything. It has all been trial and error, and Bob figuring it out and evolving as he's gone, and which,
cool.
yeah, it's cool. And so, we figured that out when we started out with Candy. He was a little stiffer and he has a little suit on, and just had that look, that the banker look or whatever, because you think that's what people want, but that's just not it. Just like it's a lot more
they
casual.
change. The people that you're working with or talking to, or your audience, or whatever you want to call it, they've evolved. And I can still get with that person that is buying the bigger house, that or the corporate client that wants you in the suit. But seems like the majority of my community is, man, let's just
Jeans and a t-shirt.
jeans and a t-shirt. You know what? They could be buying the $10 million house, or they're buying the $60,000 house. It doesn't really matter. And so it just took time. And I think it also comes with a little bit of age, the experience side of it. Maybe younger on, I was trying to be somebody I wasn't, and now I am who I am. If you're gonna like it or you're not.
I really love what you've done with the brand since I first met you 4.5 years ago.
Okay.
It just the evolution has been really cool.
I appreciate that.
It's changed, hasn't it? I mean,
Dramatically.
and I think it was just, Jen said I haven't never really had any professional coaching, which is true. I have watched people from afar, like the Grant Cardones of the world, the Gary Vaynerchuks, the Dave Ramseys. And I start figuring out, okay, well, while Cardone, much like Stewman, right? Well, while they are really hardcore sells, right?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
I'm sorry.
While they're really hardcore sells, that isn't necessarily my style, but it's something I know I need in my life, because it's vital. If you can't sell or ask for the business, then you have no way to create sales, right? So you can't always just give everything away for free, which is what Gary says he does. Gary V, but he has the whole right time to ask and the way to ask for getting the business. So it's just learning all those things. And as that kind of evolved, I started to figure out how I could apply my voice to all of this, because I knew what I wanted to say. Sometimes it's just not how I was saying it. It was coming out too, like Jennifer said, too scripted, or too one way, too like business side of it, mortgage. that's not really what I want to be defined. I'm not just going to be the mortgage guy, right? But thanks for letting me know you've liked the brand and the involvement of it, how it's evolved.
I love it.
Keep letting me know the feedback because it'll continue to change. We're
Absolutely.
trying to figure out some other things that we can do with it, but it's about keeping good, fresh content in front of people at the time that they want it with the right type of message.
Well, and you know, timing it so that it gets them, you know, one of the things that Ryan teaches on the social media stuff is how to determine when, so that when you're scheduling, how to determine when you're going to get the most traction and the most value from that delivery.
Yeah, it's exactly right. I mean, and then it's listening to what the feedback is from the audience so that you can create more content. That's what my content model was. It was always about, you know, you have your main stuff, what we call our cornerstone pieces, and then we have all our micro stuff, and then we have another level of micro that comes out and says, oh, the audience is really liking this part, now let's go hammer that one with more content, and then maybe there's more engagement that comes from it. Where I haven't gotten, and this is like self-reflection for us, is like what we need to do. We're really doing a good job to our level right now of creating all this stuff. Now I need to figure out how to turn it into business from the consumer. The agent stuff, not that we don't have it or we have it down. We know our audience within the real estate community, what they're looking for, and I know how to attack them. I need to go after the consumer, which is where I haven't been, and that's my next big push is getting out in front of the consumer well in advance, because I have the nurturing now, all the videos, all the content to keep in front of them for a long period of time. Figured out how to get MLS access, you know, so that I could give it to clients without them ever actually talking to an agent, right? To be able to come through me, to be able to search from homes. That way then I can give them back to agents, because they don't want me, they want the home, but yet they're not ready to tell the agent they're looking for a home. So I'm like, look, you don't have to tell anybody. You can search without going to Zillow or Realtor.com, because all I know is they're going to sell your info and you're going to hate this process, right? So let's keep you in a password private protected little app to do that on. Then when you're ready, let me get to an agent that's going to help you, right? And so it's kind of my way of trying to build and cultivate this bigger next phase.
Yeah, nobody rolls over and says to their spouse at 3 o'clock in the morning, honey, let's get a mortgage.
No.
Honey, let's go hire a realtor.
No.
They roll over and say, we need a new house.
Right. You know what? And then the spouse will go, well, hey, should we call Sally, our friend that's an agent, to start looking? And they're like, no, let's don't do that. Let's just start looking first online. Then when we find something, because 1 out of 2 start and they find the house, then they call the agent.
An agent, 78. She still misses the MLS book.
Right. It's the old Mapsco, right? The old Mapsco book. Remember those where you had to look up? Hey, brother. It's always good, man.
Thanks, man.
Very, very good to see you. Yeah, thank you very much.
Carry this back to the kitchen so you can get back.
Yeah, I can do that, man. You don't have to.
Okay.
There you go. See, full service. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.